People, I am trying something completely different today. I have got the Instagram going live here, and then I got the YouTube going live over here, and so we're gonna do this double and see how it goes. We're doing a double live. We're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully it'll go out okay. Right now I literally have a tablet in a box. So there's a tablet in a box over here. But anyways, you wonderful tea people, I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful, spectacular, amazing day. This and this are things that have just come in. This, in particular, is pretty amazing. This is a pretty amazing tea. Now, I have forgot my scale, so I'm gonna go get my scale. 1 second. So I'm gonna go get my scale over here. And what I've got is some yellow tea. Now, this is the only yellow tea I have ever heard about being in Taiwan, the only one. So there have been perhaps other yellow teas that other people have made, but I only know this yellow tea, and this yellow tea is from the same garden up on Jade Mountain. It's from the same garden up on Jade Mountain as the Jade Mountain Red. And I'm also going to get this, which is their production of their wintertime tea. I'm going to get this as well. Hey, how's it going? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to brew up some of this yellow tea, and this yellow tea is extremely expensive. Right? It's extremely expensive because yellow tea is a little bit different than every other style of tea. It's not the same as anything else. Now, I have asked him what he does, and he muns the tea, right? He does. You've got your, okay, we're going to start at oxidization levels and go down, right? So you've got white, green, yellow, oolong, which is like 5% to 75%, 80% black tea. All right, then you get the post-fermented teas. We won't talk about that later, or we'll talk about that later. So the question is, what does the yellow tea look like? What does the yellow tea look like? Well, here we go. Let's take a look at this yellow tea right here. So you can take a look right there. Now I'm showing the phone. Obviously, I'm doing two live streams at the moment. I'm curious to see when I put them together, what they're actually going to look like. This one is in a box, so you can sort of see the yellow color here. Now the yellow color is not a strictly really bright yellow color. Now I have had Chinese yellow teas before. But I have, oh, I'm going to move that. That's the water. I should get that out of the way. But I haven't, and they've been interesting. I've quite enjoyed them, but I haven't had, Chinese yellow teas didn't blow me away. They didn't blow me away. And they didn't blow me away for a bunch of different reasons, but Chinese yellow teas, they just are what they are, right? And they didn't really blow me away. And that's probably because I didn't get very good Chinese yellow teas. I didn't get very good ones, right? I probably got some crappy stuff because yellow teas are super expensive, and they are not teas that make it to a wider audience, I guess you could say, right? Yellow teas are very, very special teas, and they do not make it to a wider audience because if you make them correctly, they're absolutely spectacularly amazing. If you don't make them correctly, then they're not so good. And so that's sort of the deal with the yellow teas. Now, I have had this once. I went to the tea show a couple months ago, and this particular fellow, this friend of mine, was at the tea show. And so I did try this tea at the tea show in Nantou, and it was amazing. But this is the fresh one, right? And he doesn't make very much of this tea at all. He also sent me this, which smells spectacular, right? Which smells absolutely amazing. And he didn't even tell me about it. It just like I bought a bunch of the Jade Mountain Red. Is it Chin Chin? Is it Chin Chin cultivar? I do not know. whatever the heck this is pretty amazing. Now, I think he wrote me the other day and he's like, oh, I'm picking Dong Pien, which is the snow pick teas. A little early for snow pick teas, but maybe that's what he's doing. I'll probably get a sample of those in as well. But here we go. Whatever tea that is. Now you can see it's a very, very delicate, beautiful black tea, right? Delicate, beautiful black tea. And we'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun. Yellow tea, Taiwanese yellow tea. The Jade Mountain guy might be your best discovery this year. Yes, yeah, for sure. And I'm hoping I can, well, this I'm going to get in for sure. This is the wintertime pick. It's beautiful. It's really, it's got Shanlinshi florals with Alishan clarity. Shanlinshi florals with Alishan clarity, right? And so this is it's a really beautiful tea. So I'm gonna get some of this for sure. And shall we start? Now, what am I gonna do right here? You can see I've got these two bowls. I put. This is 3 grams, this is 2 grams, because he only sent me about 5 grams. It's super expensive. But these two teas, I'm just going to blast them. I'm just doing the hot water thingamajiggy bob, right? So it's just blasting them. It's off the boil, but I'm just going to blast them with hot water and see what happens with these two bad boys. Then I'm also going to brew this yellow tea very, very, very delicately in a quite cheap, but it's also quite small. The outsides are quite thin, so it's going to give me really, really good control over the temperature of the water to brew this one, right? So it's going to give me a really good temperature of the water to brew this one. And so I'm going to brew this very, very lightly and see if I can pull out some of the real beautiful, beautiful flavors of this tea. Now, we talked about it a second ago, right? So you've got white tea, green tea, yellow tea, oolong tea, post-fermented teas. Black tea, and then post-fermented teas. Now, why people don't talk about the yellow teas very much is because they're also kind of post-fermented. So there is the humid piling process. It's basically a green tea with a piling on process as well. And so they're extremely, extremely hard to do. You need like an amazing master to be able to pull off a yellow tea. And not a lot of people have tried them before, so there's not really there's not a big market for them, and they're oftentimes extraordinarily expensive because of the hassle in making these styles of tea. And I can already smell this beautiful thing. And if it smells anything or it tastes anything like the smell, then we're definitely going to get some so people can try this. Now, there is a little bit of construction. I think it's like a vacuum somewhere. I'm hoping it's not too loud. No, it's probably a drill. I'm hoping it's not too loud. If it is too loud, then let me know. Maybe I'll do this later. Anyways, the tablet in a box should be fine. But anyways, that's just a test. I'm doing a live stream. First time I've ever done a live stream on YouTube. No one's watching me. But it's just an experiment. I'm doing a live stream. Best explanation of a yellow tea is slow degradation of the chlorophyll of the leaf, like lettuce yellowing in the fridge. Hey, that's a really good way to describe it. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's a great way of describing it. That's basically the process, right? And it is a closely guarded secret, right? It's a closely guarded secret. The people who make that tea guard that secret, right? They really do. They guard that secret. And I've tried to talk to him a little bit about it briefly, but we didn't talk about it very much. Anyways, let's try this out. Let's try out some of this yellow tea. So, anyways, what the smell of this tea. There is a sharp, sweet fruit, like a yellowy fruit, but there's also a very, very strong vegetal that the smell you would only get from one type of tea that I've ever tried before. One type of tea, which is the Camellia formosensis Southeast Coast. right? The Luye wild cultivar. Yellow lettuce lacks the snap and freshness of the fresher green ones. Yeah. And there is an absolute wilting nature to the smell, right? It's a wilted nature to the smell. And again, leaf litter, right? That's what it reminds me of, the Camellia formosensis leaf litterness. Boy, that person who's on the drill is really annoying. So with the first steep here, not really too much going on. With that first steep, the smell of the leaves is much stronger. The flavor that was coming out in the leaf is basically nothing. There's basically nothing there with the smell of the leaf. Unfortunately, I'm going to leave these guys. I'm going to let these guys sit and sit and sit and sit and sit and sit. In tea terms, it's mellower than green tea, softer green tannins, easier on the gut, good for people with sensitive stomachs. There's a good one, right? So green tea's, yes, good for people with sensitive stomachs for sure. But it's also a flavor that is, not, how best describe it? It's unexpected. It's an unexpected flavor, right? So when you got really strong green teas, when you got those different types of teas that are going on that are really strong, you'll get either a freshness or a finishedness, right? So in the black teas, you're getting a real strong finishedness to the black teas. It's finished, right? It's 100% oxidized. There's a malt in there. With the green teas, you're getting grassiness, a real strong grassiness in the greener teas. But with this, you're sort of getting something in the middle, and it's an acquired taste, and it's something that is not, it's not all that popular, but it's absolutely unique. All good. I can't hear the construction noise. Awesome. Awesome. And I know that the YouTube people can't for sure because it's in a box, but that's good. And it sounds like one person far away with a drill who's just giving her, just like that. But it's not too far away. But here I am drinking raw pours or Asamoka Blacks in the morning while doing intermittent fasting. Well, there you go. There you go. You just putting calluses. Just putting calluses on there, right? Just doing calluses. I do some intermittent fasting every once in a while, but the problem is my wife is too good to cook, so I skip lunch. Yeah, but today's my day. I got to make quiche for dinner tonight, so we'll see how it goes. Now, the second steep on this is nice. The second steep on this is nice. Now, the Camellia formosensis taste is only, and I mean only, in the smell. It's not coming out in the broth. Now, it's always interesting to me, the wild cultivar oolong, the southeastern cultivar. It sells really well. Like, it's just one of the constant sellers all the time. People who love that tea love that tea. People who don't like that tea really don't like that tea. So it's just one of those types of things. And this, I'm looking forward to the third steep. Let's see what happens with the third steep. So what's happening now? Right, we've had somebody describing sort of the taste as wilted lettuce, yellowed lettuce. What happens when you get a wilted lettuce or a yellow lettuce? And so you get that flavor. I'm also getting just a hint of a mentholy sort of almost Ruby 18-esque flavor coming out. Now, in a minute, what I'll do is we'll take a look at these opened up leaves and we'll be able to tell what the cultivar is. My guess is it's Chin, but I'm not 100% sure. But it certainly is an interesting tea. Taiwanese Yellow Tea. And we'll see exactly what the price is, but I'll probably get, I don't know, depends on what the price is, but I'll get some of it so people can try it out. But it's going to be expensive. Like it's kind of a novelty tea. So see, I'm going to take out one of these, and I'll just show you what the pick is. Now, what are we looking at for the pick? Yeah, pretty standard pick. Well, this is, but it's a nice, just top of the top wintertime pick. You can see there, right? So it's a beautiful, just top of the top wintertime pick, right? So you can see there's the short stem, there's the leaf, and so it's quite a delicate pick. It's more delicate than your normal. There you go. This is like almost a. You can see here it's almost a Eastern Beauty, Oriental Beauty type pick. You can see it's quite small, so it's a really, really beautiful, delicate pick. And as this goes on, there is a royal floral that is coming off, right? A royal yellow. There is absolutely 100% a royal yellow flavor that is coming off of this tea. A royal floral. It's that you would never find in another tea. You just never would find it in another tea. It's really interesting. I usually skip breakfast. When I'm doing kitchen work, I don't eat after the service. Well, that's a good way to do it. Anyways, I gotta lose weight. Gotta drop my caloric intake. Ruby 18 Yellow would be super funky, yes. A Ruby 18 Yellow. I'm disappointed by the third steep. The third steep is disappointing me. That disappoints me. Oh, I'm going to go into this tea that has been just steeping away for 12 minutes. And I'm going to see what I can pull out of this. Yeah, it's yellow tea. Trying to see what the price is, but you know what? I don't think it's worth it. I don't know. It's a novelty, right? It's a weird tea. It's not a tea that you would, unless you really, really enjoyed yellow tea. But it's a soft pile, soft wilt, post-fermented kind of it's a weird, again, yellow tea is a weird processing style. It's just basically green tea with a royal floral on top. And again, if you see me going between the screens here, I got the Instagram live going on over here, and then the YouTube live is an experiment, first time ever over here. So it's I'm looking at both screens. Eventually, what I think I can do is I can stick both of them right here, right in front of me, and then I can do like two birds with one stone. I used to have these cell phones that Amazon gave me, but somehow they disappeared, and I don't know where they went, which is okay. Bad karma. Those cell phones had bad karma. Definitely bad karma. Yeah, all the yellow tea I had is, this should have been better as a green. Yes. Hello, nice to see you too. Is it expensive tea? Yes, it is very expensive tea. So this tea right here, if I was to buy it, my guesses would be, well, certainly over 200 US a kilogram, perhaps pushing 300 US a kilogram for this particular tea, this particular yellow tea. Maybe not that expensive, but certainly 200 bucks. 200 bucks, and or more, right? So to actually make money, I'd have to sell it for. Actually, it might even be more than that. I think he was saying he was selling it for like maybe four. I can't remember how much it was. Anyways, it's expensive, and anything more than a novelty, I don't think it's anything really more than a novelty. Right? I don't think it's anything more than really a novelty. And he himself, because it's such a pain, he doesn't really get very much of it. He doesn't make very much of it. Okay, I'm gonna let these sit for a minute. Especially brewing it the Gongfu style, I was not impressed. I was not impressed with what happened with the third steep there. I thought they would open up a little bit more, but it did not. As you can see, my dog friend is still going strong here. The dog friend that his strength is probably not in his strength is in his character, not in his depth of knowledge. Let me see. Okay, so first time ever doing a YouTube. Okay, I just changed it. I saw somebody wrote something in there. All messages are visible. Oh, it didn't work. Anyways, I saw a chat come up and then it disappeared. I apologize. It's my first time doing a YouTube live. It's my first time, so I lost the chat messages in the YouTube. I apologize for that. I think yellows are drank grandpa style. Actually, that's probably true. Like drinking these teas like this, I bet you that's probably true because they do have that, just the nature of the leaf and how I've had them before, they do look like Bilutren. They do have that green tea sort of ness to them. Thank you for chats. See, I mean, we talk about any style of Taiwanese tea, then I got it covered. I can give you answers just one after the other. But if we're looking at Chinese teas or teas from anywhere else in the world, I got a blank spot there, but thank you for that. There's a reason why I prefer fresh and crisp green salads over wilted salad greens. Yes. Unless you are at an expensive restaurant and then you have an expensive cut of meat and then you have a very special cultivar of lettuce that you let turn yellow because it brings out a certain special flavor that works very, very well with the special meat. And then you sell it for like, $50 US. See, I got to change. I got to figure out what that is. I just saw somebody wrote a wonderful comment in the YouTube, but it popped up and then it disappears. And I don't know why that happens. Anyways, yes, the 1970s oolong is wonderful. And the snow mist teas, yes, they are absolutely wonderful. I caught that in the YouTube chat here. But this is just an experiment, like I said. And do you enjoy bitterness in your oolong is the question. No. I don't actually enjoy bitterness in my oolong. How best to attack this question? Attack, maybe that's not the right word. How best to answer this question? In Taiwan, bitterness in a tea, and especially bitterness in an oolong, denotes poor quality processing and poor quality processing and poor quality leaf. The very, very best Taiwanese oolongs are smooth, buttery. They might have somewhere in the complex flavor in the background floating around, they might have a touch, just a touch of a bitterness that would flow from bitterness to, go from bitterness to sweetness, maybe back to bitterness, touch of astringency, something like that. But it wouldn't be the dominant aspect of the flavor profile. Contrast that to, say, for example, a sheng pour, a fresh pour tea from China. A lot of those teas, there are certain terroirs, like mountain regions, areas. There are certain areas in China where the bitterness is the most important part of the tea, where that bitterness, where the upfront bitterness flows to a sweetness and almost reacts, right? The yin-yang, the yin-yang, yin-yang sort of black and white, you guys know what that is. The bitterness brings the sweetness, which brings the bitterness, which brings the sweetness. That doesn't happen in Taiwan. And I am trained in Taiwanese oolongs. Let's face it, that's what I know the best, and there's a reason I like Taiwanese oolongs, right? I drink a lot of them and I enjoy them. I enjoy the Taiwanese oolongs. It's just the way it is. And so the answer, do you enjoy bitterness in your oolong? No, I don't. In fact, when I find bitterness in the oolong, it's oftentimes, it makes me stop and rethink and go, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Like, is this the wrong tea? Is this a wrong style of tea? Is this not good? Thanks for the answer. Love your content. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Gareth. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hopefully that's a good answer for you. Again, there's absolutely no value judgment when it comes to bitterness. There's no absolute nature of anything when it comes to tea. But in Taiwan in general, bitterness in an oolong denotes low quality leaves. Just the way it goes. This is, my guess is, Formosensis oolongs, though, are a different story. Not all of them, my friend. The smell of this tea is absolutely spectacular. But I treat them like a shang. Yes, well, there was one, what was it called? I called it like Wild Cultivar Oolong? Or no, I called it Northern Wild Oolong or something. Anyways, there was one, hey, there we go. When you are stressful, which tea do you drink to be relaxed? I gotta fix, I don't know if anybody knows how to do YouTube lives. I'm doing the YouTube live over here, and then the thing comes up and then it falls out. And so I can only get anyways, I'll figure it out. I'll Google it. Anyways, the point is, the question was, oh wait, I'll finish that first one. There was one extremely bitter Camellia formosensis oolong, and that one was a lot of fun because the whole point of it was the bitterness of it, right? It was like you drink that oolong and you're like, ah! But it wasn't a daily drinker for most. But the current wild cultivar doesn't have a hint of bitterness at all. It's really smooth fenugreek, vegetal smooth, with a sort of a weird buttery aftertaste. Not weird, just not Jin buttery aftertaste. Wild cultivar oolong is the one that is roasted and tasted like pistachio. It can, yes, it can. But it's usually quite fresh. Anyways, there was a question in the box on the tablet from YouTube. What tea do you drink to get relaxed, to relax yourself? This is a great question. And this goes, I'll frame the question by just saying that I am, I'll frame the question by just saying that I will acknowledge my I don't know which keywords I should use. Anyways, I'm very lucky here in the sense that I have hundreds of teas, right? I got maybe 75 different types of teas in this room. The room over there, I got at least 100 different types of teas. I got tons of different types of teas. And so when I want to relax, I don't go out and buy a tea. I have everything surrounding me that I could possibly want to be able to drink that tea. So what does it boil down to? It boils down to my mood. It boils down to what are the teas that I've been drinking recently. It boils down to when I'm looking around, where does my gaze fall? But I would say in general, if I want to relax, if I want to calm down, if I want to create a space where I am able to think and think and feel better and blah, blah, blah. Generally speaking, because of the weather in Taiwan, I would say it's a greenish oolong. Shanlin Shi, Pear Mountain. I've been drinking a lot of this one, the Jade Mountain, because the greenish oolongs, I love them, and they tend to give me energy but calm me down as well. Give me energy and calm me down as well. Now, the caveat to that, what I just described, the caveat, of course, is that that's if nothing special is going on. If something special is going on, then somebody has mentioned here the Blue Lotus Moonshine. So if something special is going on, then maybe I might reach for that. Very, very special, but no. If, for example, tea is a medicine. It's always been a medicine. It's always about a medicine. That's where it started. Tea is a medicine. And the different styles of tea create different effects in your body. Whether it's tea, the actual Camellia sinensis, Sasamaka sinensis, or formosensis, whatever you want to call it, or a tisane like the Blue Lotus, or one of the flower teas, or something like that. We drink them because, they taste good, but they're a medicine. And so I'm very conscious of that when I'm choosing the teas when I want to relax. There's certain teas that I would never drink if I want to relax, right? There's certain teas that I only drink them if I want energy, right? Or if I want to open up my heart, let's see, there we go. I don't think I've ever done that before, but anyways, it's hard, right? If you want to open your heart, then there's a Blue Lotus and things like that. But yeah, that's what I would say. Just to relax, just to calm down. That's what I would go for. Now, great questions. Thank you guys for the wonderful questions. I still haven't had this tea that was just sent to me, a little bit of it. It smells absolutely amazing. So let's see, how's it going? Okay. This is an extraordinarily fresh black tea. This black tea has only been done in the last couple days. And most people in the world, they haven't had this situation that I'm having right now. Fresh black teas don't taste all that good. Fresh black teas don't taste all that good. Actually, why don't we just go high mountain teas? Fresh high mountain teas, when they're fresh, actually don't taste very good. They need to settle. They need at least 2 to 3 weeks to settle, right? Now, that works out great for me because I can go out, I can buy a tea, package it up, ship it out. It takes 2 weeks to get all over the world, and then there we go, right? That works, right? But when you're looking at a tea, for me, that comes right off the mountain and I have to drink right away, I can't make a really strong value judgment to buy this tea based on drinking it like this. But I can say this is a beautiful, 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 beautiful black high mountain tea. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I feel bad because I've got so many high mountain blacks already. This is a gorgeous tea. It's beautiful. And it is a Trantong, right? If anybody speaks Chinese, then you know my accent is terrible, but it's a traditional black tea from the high mountains. And this is extraordinarily rare because traditional black teas actually taste like black tea with the high mountain accent. And what's the high mountain accent? Beautiful red fruit, sort of cherry-ish, beautiful red fruit in the background. And this one sort of not quite in the upfront, but in the mid-mouth. And then the aftertaste is truly black tea, like malty black tea. And this is extraordinarily rare because most people push out the fruit flavor. They push out the fruit flavor by doing a hybrid red oolong or Hong oolong processing style when they're making the high mountain blacks. And how you do that, you don't oxidize it all the way. You leave it a little bit green. And this is oxidized all the way. And it creates an absolutely beautiful, beautiful tea, but it's very, very fresh. It's hard for me to make a true value judgment on it, but it's made by expert hands. It is made by absolutely expert hands. And to be able to drink a tea like that, I work hard for it. But I'll tell you, It's pretty amazing to be able to drink a tea like that. It's beautiful. But the Lishan Black, that tea, I just bought all they had left, which wasn't very much. I'm gonna let this sit for a couple days. I'm gonna try it again, and I may buy it. Oh, somebody just bought some tea. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll pack up that tea this afternoon. Should be able to go out today. I'm gonna let this tea sit for a couple days, ask the price, and I might be able to do it. Jade Mountain Guy should make a white and a green. Oops. And then you'll have the full oxidization range from his area. Yes, yeah, well, that's the... I don't know if I could afford the entire oxidization range from his area. I'm sure he makes a white tea. Gaiwan looks beautiful. Hey, all right. I can sort of. I got to figure out a way to keep the comments there. This Gaiwan is extremely cheap. It looks beautiful. It does, and it's. Thing is, in Taiwan, when you go into the store, right? When you go into the store, you're able to find teaware in the same way. What's the equivalent in say, so in Canada, what would the equivalent be? I don't know, maybe not really clothing. Anyways, you walk into a supermarket and there's all of these teapots that are not expensive, but they look just like the expensive stuff. It looks just like the expensive stuff, but this cost, I think, maybe $2 US. Less than $5 US for this. And I've slowly been moving into the good teaware, slowly. But as my children get older, I'm pulling up the expensive teaware. Yeah, it's nothing particularly special. Which reminds me, this teaware, I've got to ship this out to Mr. Gnome. I got to do that soon. Anyways. Yes, the yellow tea is the yellow tea. The yellow tea is the yellow tea. That would be a sampler. Yes, it would be a sampler, an extraordinarily expensive sampler. I'm sure he does a white tea. He probably does it with the springtime teas. But I really got to go visit him. He's my kind of guy. He's a true master. And this tea here. Oh, the question was what cultivar is the yellow tea? Let me just check here. Chin Chin. So the question was, what cultivar is this? Chin Chin for sure. Let's see if I can find an open leaf for you to see. There's one. It's okay. I'm the only one drinking it. I can stick my fingers in it. I know it's wrong. I should have those expensive bamboo little pokey sticks, but forgive me. I'm much closer to a farmer than I am to a tea seller in the store. So here you go. Here is the telltale shape of the Chin Chin Oolong. The telltale shape of the Chin Chin Oolong. You're looking at a leaf like this, right? A leaf like that. Right, whereas the Jintren will be wider and fatter due to all of the milk fat in the leaf. But no, the Jintren is wider and fatter. I'm going to go back in and sample some of this. And then I think that's about it for today's live stream. I sampled these two beautiful teas, and they're spectacular. They really are. They're spectacular, beautiful teas. So last call for questions. Any questions about anything that we've gone through today? Beautiful. So what I think I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to do, and I go back and I'm going to test out, see what the sound is like and everything going on with the YouTube over here. And then I'm going to rig up sort of a double thing here. I'll figure out how to do it. But in the future, I'll be doing live streams with Instagram and with YouTube, I think at the same time, most of the time. And maybe I'll rig up my laptop to get Facebook in there too. But I don't know whether I'll do that or not. Maybe I just need to buy like another cheap tablet and then rig them all up. I know in Taiwan there's the famous guy. Have you've seen pictures of him? But he's the Pokemon guy, and he rides around his bicycle, and he's got like 30 or 40 cell phones, and he goes and plays Pokemon on the different cell phones, riding his bike around Taipei. He's still around. He still does it. There's actually still a lot of people that play Pokemon in Taiwan. Beyond religiously, right? Sort of mental illnessly. I guess you could call it, not for fun. They really take it seriously. Hi from Virginia. Will you notify by email of live streams, or will it be random? Great question. And you know what? I have never actually thought about it because it's mostly been random. And on Instagram, the vast majority of the people that are the majority of the people in Europe or in North America are sleeping. So I've never really thought about it, but I should have regular times to do it. And I will come up with some regular times to do it. That's a great suggestion. And I probably won't well, maybe there is a thing on YouTube that will email people and say that there's going to be a live stream coming. Anyways, this is the first time I've done a YouTube live stream. First ever, right? And right now there's a tablet sitting in a cardboard box. I haven't rigged it up yet. It's all new. But I will be doing it in the future. Question, how's the grandpa style yellow? Is it better? Absolutely, yeah. So if I do get the yellow tea, I will not recommend you brew the yellow tea the Gongfu style. I would absolutely 100% recommend you brew the yellow tea. That was lucky. Thank you. It was wonderful. Well, thank you. I don't know why I haven't done YouTube before. I'm going to be doing YouTube all the time now because I enjoy it. I really enjoy. One of my favorite things to do is finding a good tea and then thinking through it, or sampling teas, either good or bad, talking to people. And this is as close as I can get. You know how few tea nerds there are in Hawaii and Taiwan? No, I shouldn't say that. My style of tea nerds. There's lots of people that drink tea, but everybody's appreciating something different. Grandpa style works way, way better. But yeah, that's an important thing to think about. But again, even now it's a little bit watery. I don't know. Maybe I'll buy some. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how it goes. YouTube would be better for me as well. Well, there we go. So we'll try it out. And I don't think there's anything against me being able to do those two and maybe even add in a Facebook as well. And just do them all at the same time. Because this is going to be my future. I know it. I know what my future is going to be, and my future is going to be doing stuff like this, interacting with people. This is the future. And there's going to be because you know why this is going to be the future? Okay, quick rant, and then I'll get off and I'll do other stuff. But I don't know if anybody's following what's happening in the AI space right now. You can type in, write me a story with Robert De Niro as Gandalf Robert De Niro as Gandalf on Seinfeld. And the AI will write you a scene of Robert De Niro as Gandalf in Seinfeld. Right? Boop. And so what's going to be coming at us, all of us collectively as human beings, are an insane amount of empty, soulless, basically mainstream media news articles, except they're going to be in the creative sphere, right? So they've already been doing this with AI has been doing sports and news articles for years and years and years. That's why mainstream media is so soulless. And so there will be, in the future, there's going to be this real drive, this real need for community and true human interaction. And now we have the actual technology to be able to pull it off, right? Imagine us, all of us here who are sitting here, imagine us being able to hook into something where there's voices, right? And everybody might be drinking something or like, for example, right now on the YouTube, the chat questions come up and then they're gone again. And I'm like, what the hell? What if there was a way where people could, ask questions and I could ask questions back with real personal connection? That's what we got to do. Because with the AI technologies that are happening right now, I mean, I've always been able to see the future, which has gotten me in so much trouble for many different things. But it's also kept me and my family safe by moving us away from what's happening in Canada right now. And so, that's what's coming next. What's coming next is everybody's going to need this deep, deep, deep human connection. And I think we can get that through tea, right? Right, we can get that through tea. Like, imagine this. We've been talking for, 40 minutes? We've covered some stuff. We've talked about a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but no politics, no anything, nothing controversial unless you're like a hardcore tea nerd, nothing like that. We're just sitting and chatting, and tea can bring that together, right? Tea can bring that with everybody. And as the technology moves forward, again, look into it. Look into the GPT chatbot. Sign up for it. Put in some prompts. The soulless nature of content creation is going to be, it's going to be beyond belief pervasive. Everywhere you go, everything you see, everything is going to be created by AI. Copy for advertisements, news. AI is going to write sitcoms, everything. And there's going to be this need, this deep, 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 deep need for human connection. And tea can do it. Tea can do it. Tea is like the most universal drink. Sorry, it's an old phone. That's just the power going. I got 10 left, so I gotta wrap it up soon. But tea is the universal drink, right? Every culture drinks tea. I don't think there is a culture that rejects tea in the same way that you would reject alcohol or the Mormons. Okay, the Mormons, but tisanes, Mormons. We could bring in Mormons with tisanes. It'd be no problem. And so all of that. Didn't know you were a fellow Canadian. Yes. Would be the key word. But hopefully someday again. But anyways, we're talking about tea. We're talking about tea. Anyways, that's my point. Just to bring it back around to the end. With this explosion of AI, there's going to need to be this human connection, and there's going to be need for people to interact, not in a neutral space. This is a tea space, right? If you come in and you start talking about other stuff, we're going to have to say stop. No, we're talking about tea, but we're going to need that human interaction. And so what I'm going to try and do is open it up, build it up as the metaverses and all these different things start to come up. Then we'll expand it. Depends on the Mormons here, but generally, yes. ex-Mormon, born and raised in Utah. Some even take issue with Tizanes. That's yes. Yes, well, thank you, and I'm glad. And okay, last story, but I really do have to go. It's no, I won't get into it. Anyways, the point is, yes, I understand that, and I think Mormonism, like most religions, is on the spectrum, right? And there's a lot of things I really, really enjoy and admire about Mormonism. A lot of things, right? A lot of things that I really do. And some of them not so much. It's just, and as an outsider sort of looking in, being an ex-Mormon, I totally 100% understand that. Absolutely. But I wish the strong family nature of Mormonism could be bottled or somehow disengaged from other aspects of it. Tokenized, because the Mormon families that I've met have conflicts, but the family nature, again, it's a spectrum. Anyways, tea. We're just talking about tea. Anyways, I gotta go because this battery is about to die, and this has been a successful. The YouTube here has been a successful experiment, and maybe I'll try and add in Facebook, but. There we go. In the future, there's going to be more of this. I'll try and do one a day. We'll do YouTube. We'll do Instagram. We'll try and bring as many people as we can together to talk about tea in a neutral space, a tea space. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to go. I'm going to see if I can somehow save both of these at the same time. So anyways, wherever you are in the world, and forgive me, my bald head is going to be getting close to screens in a second here. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I certainly hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, and you sleep well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Okay, we'll do this one first because I know how to do it. Okay. We're sharing that one. And then we'll go over here and then let's see. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, good luck. Here we go. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay.